Hello, I'm Kevin Maritza, and this is my strategic recommendations for Alaska Airlines. Final presentation for AVIA 314 Principles of Aviation Administration at Liberty University. In this presentation, I will discuss history and company overview, stock performance, and I'll compare that with a competitor. SWOT analysis, proposal summary, operating statistics, revenue and expense data from 2020 and 2021. We'll compare those. Objectives 1, 2, and 3, followed up with some references. History of Alaska Airlines, lots of history here, but I feel like these are the highlights. Starting off in 1932, McGee Airways and Star Air Service began operations. Shortly afterwards, they merged. Throughout the years, many other airlines have been purchased, expanding the growth in the company. Alaska Airlines' name was formed in 1944. Alaska Air Group started in 1985 as a holding company for Alaska Airlines in the stock market. A year later, they purchased Horizon Air. Alaska started flying to Hawaii in the 2000s. At that point, they had an all Boeing 737 fleet. 2016, they purchased Virgin America for $5 billion. 2 years later, they received their single operating certificate, operating solely under the name of Alaska Airlines. Company overview. Alaska Airlines provides extensive passenger and cargo air service from the western U.S. throughout the contiguous United States, Alaska, Hawaii, Canada, Mexico, and Costa Rica, flying over 44 million customers a year to 115 plus destinations through 4 countries. Their aircraft fleet is 173 Boeing 737s, 36 Airbus A320s, 32 Bombardier Q400s, and 62 Embraer E175s. Stock performance, Alaska 10-year quarterly numbers here. Starting off in January 2011, their stock price just shy of $15. Slow increase for about 2 years, and then it started a more rapid increase. Peaked at $82 in March 2016. I think that's about the time they purchased Virgin America and took a big dip to about $58, but slowly peaked again to $92 March 2017, and slowly declining until COVID happened. They hit bottom there at about $28 in March 2020. Slowly climbed back out a year later at $69 a share. So here's my stock performance comparison between Alaska Airlines and Delta Airlines. Alaska's in blue, Delta's in orange here. I'm surprised that Alaska's stock price is a lot more than Delta, but for the most part, the trend's about the same. So it looks like a pretty normal industry trend here. The only difference is between around 2016, 2017, Alaska had a few bigger peaks, but other than that, they're about the same. Quick review here of my SWOT analysis. Strengths, fifth largest U.S. airline, success over many decades, low cost, low overhead structure, quick action plan with COVID. Weaknesses, international flying, they only fly in North America. The aircraft Boeing 737s are limited, and pilot attrition. Opportunities, with less travel restrictions with COVID and more travel anticipation. People want to get out of the house and travel. Threats, COVID-19, big hit. With that comes vaccine mandates. There might be some positions that need to be filled, and competition. Proposal summary. Passenger air service accounts for about 85% of generated revenue for Alaska Airlines. So my proposal is to focus on the customer, and that will increase passenger revenue. It will retain current customers and attract new customers. Objectives for growth are providing safe air transportation, developing relationships with guests through exceptional customer service, and providing low fares, increasing passenger volume. Customer focus will increase passenger revenue, thus increasing overall profit for Alaska Airlines. Here we have operating statistics. Going to focus on 2020 here. Revenue passengers were about 18 million. Revenue passenger miles, 20 trillion miles, and available seat miles were roughly 37 trillion miles. So that comes out to about 55% load factor, which means about half of the planes were empty. Revenue expense data from 2020, 2021. I got this off their most recent quarterly report, Form 10Q. Um, this only goes up to September 30th for each year, but the difference in revenue, passenger revenue, is about $1.5 billion, which is pretty good. Wages and benefits are about the same. Expenses, a little bit more fuel expense, but they've been flying a lot more. But the biggest difference, if you look towards the bottom on special items, impairment charges and other, and restructuring charges, last year they had about $660 million in charges, expenses. This year they somehow made $7 million. So big difference. Objective number one is provide safe air transportation. So the top priority of an airline is ensuring the safety of their guests and employees. You have operational safety. Alaska Airlines is the safest U.S. airline in the world, and they need to continue to maintain the highest of airline industry safety standards. Passengers are often nervous about flying, and continued safety priority provides them with peace of mind that they're going to arrive to their destination safely. Second part of safety is passenger safety. With COVID-19, safety and guest health have been a major concern in air travel. So, increasing health standards by applying hospital grade health safety measures, processes, training, along with focusing on wellness, will ensure guests will remain healthy and safe wanting to travel. Objective number two is develop relationships with guests by providing exceptional customer service. Alaska Airlines core values provide long-lasting guest relationships, and those are own safety, do the right thing, be kind-hearted, deliver performance, and be remarkable. So we touched up on safety, and the other four will provide a lasting impression on each customer. On their overall travel experience. So an emphasis on exceptional customer service, providing guest satisfaction, is one area that Alaska Airlines can improve on and keep guests returning, along with attracting new guests. Great long-lasting company culture involving guest satisfaction is a major strength of Alaska Airlines. So we want to focus on that guest experience. It'll trigger Alaska Airlines to be a favorite amongst travelers, making them the number one airline in the U.S. Objective number three is to increase passenger volume through low airfares. So with the ever increasingly ease of comparing costs, one of the main factors attracting passengers to an airline is affordable airfare. So we want low fares without compromising excellent passenger experience. And we're going to offer low fares by we're going to reduce operating costs, discount fares, driving traffic in new markets, or to stimulate markets to improve load factors, and adjust capacity to better match supply and demand. Maintain great customer experience, on-time performance, try to keep delays to a minimum. Offer guest amenities, first class, premium class seating, onboard satellite Wi-Fi, and then provide better passenger comfort. So here's my references: Alaska Airlines website, their financial information portion of their website, along with Alaska Air Group Form 10K and 10Q. Well, that concludes my final presentation for this course. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and learned a little bit about how I think Alaska Airlines could improve their growth. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.